chomeka na steam. Are you together? Ushawahi pika chai hivi umebandika chai alafu ama maji ya moto ukatoa ile mfiniko hivi? What comes off, that, Yes.
Okay.
Are you together? Hiyo tunaita style. And then tuko na electrical burn. Mtu anaweza chomeka na electrical burn, si ndio?
Yes.
We have an electrical burn. And then after that we have, and then after the electrical burn, we have what we call cold injury. Cold injury, mtu sana anaweza chomeka na baridi. Ama mjui hiyo? Hamjui? Now this is the first time you should know. Mtu anaweza chomeka na, for example, frostbite.
Yes.
Wangapi wanatoka washaika sehemu ya baridi? Somewhere around Kenya. Yes, sometimes mtu anachomeka baridi na choma. Now, in burns, mara nyingi kama first aiders, tunaangalia burns in 4 extent. I'll just mention them. Tunaangalia what you call the X. Yes. You have a question? Yes. Now in burns, kwa first aid tunazungumzia extent of burn, tunazungumzia degree of burn. We won't talk much of it, but our main focus here, how to handle burns wakati mtu akiwa Now, mtu akiwa amechomeka, what is the first step you do? Run, andika hapo, run. Not run or irrigate with cold water for at least 20 minutes. Treatment for burn. Run with cold water for at least 20 minutes. Are we together? Run with cold water for at least 20 minutes. See cold ile ya nini, room temperature water. Are we together? For at least 20 minutes. So hapo mahali mtu amechomeka, you make sure immediately una run with cold water for at least 20 minutes. We have don'ts in burns. And then after that you cover with a sterile dressing. To prevent infection. So una cover with a sterile dressing. Kama hauna sterile dressing, you use what we call ile kitchen film. Unajua the kitchen film?
Kitchen atuski.
Ile watu wakipika wanafinikia ile ya transparent. Ile sasa. Kama hauna sterile, this is an example of a sterile dressing. Kama hauna sterile dressing, una cover with what we call a kitchen. Now, another point add hapo, if presence of shock, you cover for shock. What do you mean? Sometimes mtu anaweza chomeka akadevelop shock. Shock ni loss of fluid or blood in the vital organs. When we talk about vital organs, we talk about brain, we talk about kidneys, we talk about lungs, we talk about the vital organs. Wakati mtu akiwa amechomeka, mara nyingi huwa anapoteza the fluids or anapoteza blood from the vital organs. Are we together? Yes. Now, this person will have presence of characteristics of what we call shock. Are we together? Shock, kitu itakuwa huyu mtu anapitia is what we call shock. Now, shock, have you ever seen mtu ambaye anakufa? Someone is nearing death.
Yes.
Now, each and every one of us here, wakati unakufa unapitia this condition called shock. It is the last step that unapitia before you die. So it is very, very bad. And that is what kills you, mostly kills. Now, the characteristics or the signs of shock, we have one. One is sweat, clumsy skin. Sweaty, clumsy skin. So, mtu itakuwa at that time ana complain of anasikia baridi. At the same time anatokwa na majasho. Are you together?
Yeah.
Anatoka na majasho na these are the signs. Ukiona mtu anakufa ako na these signs So majasho zinamtoka na anasema anasikia baridi. The skin is pale. It is turning to bluish. Ameparara, ina turn to bluish grayish color. Are you together? Anaanza kuparara. Ukimwangalia the skin color haiko pinkish, inakuwa grayish bluish. Are you together? So ina turn grayish bluish. Tunaita kwa process tunaita cyanosis. Are you together? We call it cyanosis. Are you together? So these are what you call the signs of shock. And this person will be complaining of thirst. So anytime mtu akichomeka, ukiona ana complain of thirst, anasikia kiu, ujue anapitia what you call shock. Now the worst part of not giving that person water. Do you know why you should not give that person water? No. How many of us know? Yes. Yes, a trial.
Ukimpata yule kama nini sababu ni ambayo tusimpatie maji mtu mwenye amechomeka, kwa sababu ukimpatia maji kuongeza yani ule moto ndani ya mwili.
Hii moto tunazungumzia sio ile moto. We'll talk about which type of burn unafaa kumpeleka hospitali, which type of burn iko hivi. But hapa tunaongelea mtu amechomeka, sawa sawa. Umeshamwagilia maji for that time 20 minutes. The reason atuona mwagilia maji ni kuondoa the pain ambayo anafeel. Sasa but this person atakuwa ana complain of thirst. Akicomplain of thirst, hufai kumpatia maji. Sawa sawa? Yes. The reason asio hufai kumpatia maji, tumesema huyu mtu anapitia, hiyo ni signs of shock, anapitia shock. Akiwa huyu mtu anataka maji, inamaanisha anapitia what we call shock. And shock tumesema ni loss of fluids or blood in the vital organs. So the vital organs zinahitaji damu ama the fluids. Are we together? Ziko on demand in the vital organs. Are we together? The moment ukichukua maji ukimpatia or anything to eat, maji umempatia or juice umempatia akunywe, ikifika pale kwa tumbo, now ile blood ambayo inahitajika to the vital organs itakuwa diverted now to the stomach for digestion. The system itafikiria, oh, it's time for digestion. So the blood that is needed remember here, blood is needed in the vital organs. So ukimpatia maji, blood instead of the vital organs inakuwa diverted back to where? To the stomach. Na inahitajika wapi? So unaona una facilitate huyu mtu kukufa haraka. Una facilitate kukufa haraka. Are we together? Yes. That is why you should not do that. That is why you should not aim to do that. So now you know. So now after umeshamwagia maji and all that, we have what you call the don'ts. Vitu ambavyo hufai kufanya. The first don'ts, nimeskip a lot of things, Yes. The first don't, do not break the blisters. Sijaribu kutoboa the blisters. Now if this person amevaa vitu kama vile jewelry, watch, unaitoa to avoid swelling, To avoid swelling. Also, wakati ile nguo imeshikana pale na skin, mtu amechomeka, ile nguo ikashikana pale na skin, kindly don't try to remove it, Don't try to pluck it. Iwache hapo. Are we together? And also are we together? Tuko pamoja? Tuko pamoja? As the back there, tuko pamoja? Ndio zako story zake. Sawa. Now, also on another thing, wakati mtu akiwa amechomeka, after umeshamwagilia the water for that time, and then you cover for shock. Akiwa na this kind of shock, you cover for shock. Sawa. Akiwa na the signs of shock, you cover for covering for shock. Inamaanisha una maintain ile body heat katika mwili. So unachukua if it is a blanket, unamcover vizuri, unaacha uso, unamcover kuanzia hapa kuja chini, so that ata maintain ile the body heat. Are we together? Any question concerning that first aid? Now, wakati mtu akiwa amechomeka 1% of the body, more than 1% of the body, you make sure that you take that person to the hospital. What is 1% of your body? Kila mtu aweke mkono hivi. You see your palm? You see your palm? Palm, eh? Mkono minus these fingers, eh? That is your palm, eh? So that is 1% of your body. Wakati umechomeka 1% of your body, more than that, kindly go to the hospital. Because you start developing signs of shock. You can put it down. Wakati umechomeka to the head, are we together? All the airway. Make sure that person goes to the hospital. Are we together? Wakati ukiwa umechomeka the genitalias, eh? You know the genitalias, eh? Private parts. Make sure you go to the hospital. Are we together? And another don't is that do not apply ointment. Usichukue ma-ointment uka-apply. Why is that? Kwa nini usi-apply ma-Colgate na ma-ointment na mafuta hapo? Kwa nini? Why is that? Kwa nini ufai ku-apply? Anyone? 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 Now, the reason as to why you are not supposed to do that is because, remember, hapa mtu amechomeka. The heat is there. The heat is there. So we are trying to remove that heat from there. So wakati ukiapply the ointment, ukichukua ile mafuta umekuja umeapply pale, umepaka ile Colgate, umepaka nini? Remember the heat will still be retained there. So that person will still be feeling pain. That person will still be feeling pain. And that is the reason as to why you should not do. Are we together? Remember, first aid is very broad. Very, very. Hello? Hello. Are we there? Yes. Mnafikiria lunch, eh?
No.
What do you have today for lunch? Rice beans? Oh, you're happy for that. I see you cannot wait for that, eh? You can't wait for that. Now, we are done with fire. We are done with fire. Now we have the last part of evacuation. We have the last part of... Can we all stand again?